the perfect full day of eating for effective weight loss, your step-by-step guide. Hi guys, it's me. And today we are talking all about the perfect full day of eating when trying to lose weight. Because if you want to lose weight, it's not just about what you eat, it's also about how often you eat. Now, I have shared lots of different meal plans with you before that are really effective for weight loss. But some people prefer to have 5 or 6 smaller meals throughout the day instead of 3 larger meals. So in this video, I thought I would share my perfect 6 meals a day weight loss plan with you. Breakfast is at 7 a.m. and breakfast consists of 2 Tubani yogurts. These are Greek yogurts. They're high in protein and they keep me full for hours. I also have 1 coffee with 2 sugars. I do find that drinking coffee helps to speed up my weight loss. I don't know why, but I have noticed over the years that I tend to lose weight faster when I drink coffee than when I don't. My second meal of the day is at around 10 a.m. and it's a protein shake. My protein shake consists of berries and I always make sure that I add lots of berries to my protein shake because again, they're high in antioxidants and they help to speed up the fat burning process. Protein shakes are really helpful for people that are trying to lose weight because firstly, protein is very filling so it will keep you full for longer. Secondly, protein is harder to digest than carbs, which means that it takes more energy to digest protein. This is known as the thermic effect of food. So the thermic effect of food is the amount of calories that we burn digesting our food. Now generally, protein has a higher thermic effect than carbohydrates. Thirdly, consuming protein can increase satiety, which is a feeling of fullness. There are studies to show that consuming protein can increase satiety hormones such as leptin and cholecystokinin, whilst reducing hunger hormones such as ghrelin. So based on these 3 points alone, you can see why adding a protein shake to your diet could be beneficial for weight loss. However, you don't need to have a protein shake to lose weight. If you don't like them, you can simply have a high-protein breakfast instead. Anyway, my next meal of the day is at around 12 o'clock and it's lunch. Now, my go-to lunch is either chicken and avocado or tuna and sweet potato. Both of these meals are super filling and they contain healthy fats, protein, and fiber. My fourth meal of the day is at 3 p.m. and it's a snack. Now, sometimes I will have a protein bar, but other times I will have an apple. In general, I try to avoid having snacks between meals because when we snack, we are more likely to overeat at our next meal. However, if I do feel hungry, then I will have a snack. My fifth meal of the day is at 5 p.m., and it's another protein shake. As I said, protein is really effective for keeping you full and satisfied. So having another protein shake in the evening is really helpful if you are trying to cut down on your calorie intake. And finally, my sixth meal of the day is at 8 p.m., and it's dinner. Now, I usually have salmon with broccoli, or I have chicken with salad. Sometimes I will have sweet potato with my dinner as well because, as you know, I love sweet potato. And you may be thinking, well, that doesn't sound very exciting. But trust me, there are so many different ways that you can cook chicken, salmon, and broccoli. You just have to get a bit creative. I have shared lots of different recipes with you before, so I suggest that you look back through those videos and take some inspiration from them. So I just wanted to quickly say that this is not the only way to lose weight. Some people prefer to fast for longer periods, and they will only have 3 meals a day. And you can watch my 3 meals a day video here. Some people also prefer to have 2 meals a day, and I have a video on that too. There are lots of different ways to lose weight, so you need to choose a way that suits your lifestyle. And just because this plan works for me, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. So let's now talk about what to eat. Firstly, you need to focus on increasing your protein intake. Protein is so effective for weight loss because, as I said before, it keeps you full for longer. It's harder to digest, so it burns more calories to digest. And lastly, it can increase satiety and reduce hunger hormones. Good sources of protein include chicken, beef, pork, eggs, fish, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, protein powder, and nuts. Now, I haven't included dairy in this meal plan because some people are lactose intolerant. But if you aren't lactose intolerant, then you can use full-fat dairy. For example, you can use whole milk instead of light milk. Secondly, you need to focus on lowering your carbohydrate intake because carbs turn into sugar in the body and the body will store any excess sugar as fat. Complex carbohydrates such as sweet potato and oats are less likely to raise your blood sugar levels compared to simple carbohydrates such as bread and pasta, so try to choose complex carbs over simple carbs whenever possible. I also recommend that you start cutting down on your fruit intake. Now, I don't recommend that you cut out fruit entirely, but try to limit your fruit to 1 portion per day and make sure that you choose lower sugar fruits such as berries. Thirdly, you should focus on eating more single-ingredient foods. Single-ingredient foods are filling, nutritious, and low in calories. Examples include chicken, beef, pork, fish, sweet potato, broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, and salad. And finally, you need to drink plenty of water throughout the day. Water helps you to feel full, so it will naturally lower your calorie intake. There are some studies to suggest that drinking water before a meal can help reduce appetite and help you eat fewer calories. One study found that drinking half a liter of water before a meal reduced the number of calories consumed during that meal by 13%. Another study found that drinking water between meals reduced total energy intake by 19%. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was the timing of your meals. So you need to make sure that you have your first meal within 1 hour of waking up. If you wait any longer, then you are more likely to overeat later in the day. And I always recommend that you have your last meal at least 3 hours before bedtime, because if you eat too close to bedtime, you are more likely to wake up in the middle of the night and have a snack. And lastly, you need to make sure that you don't skip any of your meals, because if you skip meals, you are more likely to get hungry and then you'll overeat. So please don't skip any of your meals. The final thing that I wanted to talk about was exercise. Exercise is essential for effective weight loss. When we exercise, we burn calories. And if we burn more calories than we consume, we will lose weight. Exercise also helps us to build muscle mass. Muscle mass improves our resting metabolism. So the more muscle mass we have, the more calories we will burn at rest. Exercise will also help you to reduce stress. And lastly, exercise can improve your sleep quality. All of these factors can contribute to effective weight loss. I recommend that you do cardio for 20 minutes 3 to 4 times a week and strength train for 20 minutes twice a week. And if you want some free weights training and cardio workouts, you can download the app. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.